Okay, I think grocery stores should have to pay a fine if they carry too much in a high ratio for sugary products. It's been said, I read in a book a while back, I forget the name of it, but most grocery stores contain 80% sugar added products, and that should be lowered. I say at least to 50%. They should have regulations for them that prevent them from, say, going over 50%, just to help people with better choices. It's not to reduce the amount of food in the grocery store as much as reduce the amount of sugar added in the products. I think the grocery stores, since they're the middlemen and the people tend to interact with them the most, should be the ones who are regulated, and there should be a dietitian who overlooks these grocery stores. It seems like we want to look at dietitians as the leaders in nutrition, but they're really put back on the side, and you gotta like hire them separately in a lot of ways, and we are at the mercy of the grocery store manager to decide how we buy or what foods we're going to have available at our local grocery store. And it should be better regulated than that. There's a lot of fat grocers out there who are just looking at the profits that can come out of the products they sell, and that should be regulated. The grocery stores are the focal points for a lot of communities these days. They didn't always used to be, but we always had like the general merchandise stores. But there used to be farmers markets that were pretty popular at one time. Back when people would maybe like come into town once a week and shop for fresh produce, or just trade their products for other farmed products. But that's all been changed by the grocery stores. These unregulated organizations that sell pretty bad food that's just in a lot of cases not fit for consumption, like especially the food you find at Walmart. A lot of people complain about it. I've seen it. The fresh produce section at Walmart is awful. The choices everywhere else on the shelves is really high in sugar and terrible. There's no regulation. It seems like the food co-ops, they have a little bit more regulation, but I've also noticed a lot of them have high sugar ratios too, especially with all that granola. They really dump a lot of sugar into those products, and it all needs to be regulated. I mean, I just looked at a chart that showed America's at 35% obesity, and in comparison, Mexico is like the next fattest country, which is awful. But like other countries are half that, and even that's 35% is just insane. It's a sick. That's the signs of a sick nation. Even Germany is supposed to be at 16%. That's still too high to have such a high ratio of obese people, and people argue why that is. All right, but I mean, I'm a firm believer it's because of the sugar. I don't understand why people don't want to call sugar a drug like cocaine or heroin, just any of the white substances that are extracted. That's part of the problem why we can't get to a solution for the obesity. Why we're not able to stop it from getting out of further control is because people can't agree that it's sugar. That's the problem.